Good morning, and thank you for joining me in my kitchen. I am Dr. Stacey Cooper, health and wellness expert at drstaceycooper.com. This morning, quinoa for breakfast. So I'd love to share with you why quinoa is of such benefit. And cereal is not all that you have to have for breakfast. You're not stuck with the wheat or anything else like that. We will be talking about wheat and its effects on your body and its connection to cravings on January 30th. So you can check out my free webinar. It's on my page, Lifestyle Balance Solutions. But this morning, I'm going to share with you a recipe for a healthy, delicious breakfast with quinoa. And, oftentimes we're using it in salads, and good morning, Jeremy. We're using it in salads or hot dishes and dinner. And I will tell you that oftentimes, my daughter especially, she does not eat breakfast, quote unquote breakfast for breakfast. And who said that it has to be bacon and eggs? Who said that it has to be wheat cereal? Well, we've been told that, but that's not nourishing your body well. So step outside the box, think a little differently, and add quinoa to your breakfast. Quinoa is a complete protein. It has the full complement of essential amino acids for it, which is essential for your body. So what that means is there's a complex of amino acids which are called essential because you must obtain them from your diet. Your body is really smart and can create a lot of things from what you provide for it, but there are particular amino acids that your body can't create, and you have to get them from your diet. And quinoa is one of the few, if not the only, vegan protein sources of a complete protein. So that's why it's so great for your body. Now, the other thing I'll tell you about protein is that it is essential at every single meal because your body is made up of so much protein. Every single cell requires protein. And breakfast truly is the most important meal of the day because you were asleep for a period of time and you haven't nourished your body for hours. Could be 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, some extended even until noon the next day. And then your body's in starvation mode, and then you're in ketoacidosis, and your body is breaking down itself in order to survive. So it's really important to nourish your body well so that it can function optimally. And so here we go to the recipe. I'm going to swap the camera around here so you should be able to see my stove. So today we are making, it's like a quinoa pudding, and it's not just for breakfast. It's a cereal. You can serve it hot or cold, and also I'm going to share with you my recipe for my hot chocolate, which is dairy-free. So all recipes that I share are wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, gluten-free. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is in my pot here, I have my quinoa and I have simmered it. So I took 1 full can of coconut milk, and full-fat coconut milk is what you want to use because healthy fats are really important for your body. In that can, I brought it to a simmer gently. Then I added 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, and today I'm using red quinoa, and you simmer that covered for about 15 minutes. And what I did in this particular recipe is I also added grated ginger, minced ginger. So you can see my ginger root here. I cut off about 1 centimeter of ginger and sliced it thin, and then I took those slices and I sliced them in one direction. And then I took those and I diced them. And then I added that to the pot for the 15 minutes while the quinoa was cooking. Good morning, Dave. Nice to see you from Guelph. Then I also will be adding mango. Mango is a great healthy fruit, has natural flavor, and it's really easy to use. So I'm going to show you because a lot of people don't know how to use the mango. The pit of the mango is very thin. And so when you find the stem, you're just going to take your knife and slice right along that pit on one side and then along the other side. And then you will come out with this nice meaty chunk of mango and you will dice it. Now I don't add this to the pot. I don't cook the mango for the 15 minutes while the quinoa is simmering. Good morning, Lynn. What I do is you start with a can of coconut milk. You bring it to a simmer. You then add 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, and today I'm using red quinoa. And I added the ginger at the same time. When it's finished, and you see it's this consistency, And you can cook the quinoa as much as you like. If you would like a little bit more crunch, then cook it a little less. If you would like it very soft and fluffy, then just simmer it a little bit more. And the ginger's already in there, and it's been in there the whole time it's been cooking, so it can infuse the coconut milk and the quinoa with the ginger. And then all I do is add the mango, and there you have a good, hot, protein-packed, has a complement of all your essential amino acids right here for breakfast. But that's not the best part. The best part is you could serve this as a dessert. You can use the red quinoa for different color texture. You can use white quinoa, as you can see. I have it sitting right here. Whatever you like. And you can also add some shredded coconut if you want. Be sure it's unsweetened, because we're not wanting to add any sugars to our meal, right? We don't want any simple sugars. We want complex fuels to decrease that diabetic connection. So again, I just put the mango in at the end just to warm it through a little. Now, this will be my breakfast this morning, but it will also be dessert tomorrow. And I don't really add anything else to this. There's no other sweeteners. The fruit is sweet enough. If you want, you can add fresh raspberries to it for a dessert. Now, the piece de resistance is you can swap out anything in this pot. So start with the basic coconut milk, start with the quinoa and get that cooked. And I've made chocolate breakfast with this, protein packed. So what I do instead, I leave out the ginger. I would add a half a cup of cocoa, and I would add 100% pure maple syrup, of course Canadian maple syrup, to taste. And that is it. To make this a chocolate breakfast or a chocolate pudding for dessert. So it's dairy-free, sugar-free, lactose-free, gluten-free, protein-packed, and delicious. So you can do that anytime at all. So that's the variation that I have for that. It's also, you'll see it on my website too. So you can check that out at drstaceycooper.com. So this morning I'm having a hot cereal with mango and ginger and coconut milk, and I've made hot chocolate. It's a cold, damp January morning here in southwestern Ontario. So my hot chocolate, we start out with 1 tablespoon of cocoa in the bottom of the pot. Then I used coconut milk. You can use almond milk, cashew milk. We are not using anything dairy because dairy is very inflammatory for the body. Dairy also causes osteoporosis in the body. Dairy is an acid former, and within your body has to maintain homeostasis, and when you are eating foods that leave an acidic residue, your body is going to have to buffer the blood. And what it does is it takes the minerals out of your bone to buffer the acid in your blood. This creates osteoporosis. North America is the highest consumer of dairy and the highest incidence of osteoporosis. In Asia, they don't consume dairy and they don't have osteoporosis. Okay, so you start out with a teaspoon of cocoa, pure cocoa, in the bottom of the pan. Don't turn the heat on yet, and then you're slowly going to add your liquid to the pot so that the powder weaves don't come to the top. You're going to slowly add your coconut milk, your cashew milk, whatever, into the pot so it comes together. Then you can bring it to a nice warm temperature, whatever you like. And then what I just do is I just add, here we go, just add a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I like to add a nice shake of cinnamon, which is a nice alternative. And then you just sweeten to taste. Oops, I just dumped my vanilla, sorry about that. You just sweeten to taste with your maple syrup, and I just give a tiny little shot to that, and then you just stir, and you can whip it with the whisk and bring it to a froth, and then in your mug it goes. And that is as simple as it is to make a delicious hot breakfast to nourish your body really well with a complete protein, not to mention cocoa. You know, chocolate gets a bad rap. It's the chocolate and what it's made with and the fats that are in it that give it the bad rap. Cocoa is of great benefit to you. It has great antioxidants, many healthful benefits to cocoa. It all depends on how you use it and how you sweeten it. And that's why we're using 100% pure maple syrup, because white sugar is a simple fuel that's highly refined. When it's ingested in the body, it's immediately dissolved and floods your bloodstream with sugar. This puts huge stress on your pancreas and on your insulin levels, and this is a diabetic connection. Wheat does the same thing. All the simple, highly processed foods that we're consuming from our markets is creating diabetes. So when you get back to whole foods, natural foods, and you fuel your body with complex fuels, I have 5 different sweeteners that I use, and they do not include anything artificial. They do not include aspartame. They actually don't include xylitol, stevia. They don't include those either, because you want to not have any fillers put into your body, which are made with simple fuels and also lead to the diabetic connection. So if you want to learn more about fueling your body better and also kick your cravings to the curb, I invite you to join me for my free webinar. Just go to my page on Facebook, Lifestyle Balance Solutions. You will see my event there. It's called Kick Your Cravings to the Curb. It's a free live webinar that's going to be hosted on January 30th. If you want to get started right now, I have 2 pre-training videos already loaded for you. Just go to gethealthyquickstart.com. Enter your name and email address there. It's no spaces, gethealthyquickstart.com. Enter your name and email address, and you will already receive the 2 pre-training videos, and then you can register for the webinar from that page as well once it opens for you. So I truly appreciate you joining me on your Sunday morning, and all the recipes that I provide, my children can make. All my teenagers can make them themselves, and they love eating them too. So that's all that you'll hear from me in regards to, you don't need a chef in the kitchen. You don't need 7 hours to prepare something. I don't have that kind of time. And it's all about making it easy, swapping out the bad fuels for simple, healthy fuels so that you can fuel your body better for better body function naturally, without chemicals, additives, preservatives, without stressing your system, your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys. It's all about enhanced vitality. So I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions in regards to the recipe that I shared with you today, if there's something, a recipe that you really love, but you know it's not fueling your body the best, send it to me. I would love to adapt it, modify it, and create something that is truly healthful and something that you love. Because what's life without dessert? That's one of my key things. And I have a fabulous chocolate cake that I share, and it's made with quinoa. So you can even eat that for breakfast too. So I am Dr. Stacey Cooper. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. Good morning, Jennifer. You're going to want to jump on this from the beginning because I just shared with you a great breakfast made with quinoa. Can also be used as a dessert that we use mango and ginger and coconut milk, and my hot chocolate that is, of course, dairy-free. So jump on the beginning. You can also check out my free webinar on January 30th. Go to the page gethealthyquickstart.com and you will find all the information there. I'll also put it in the comments here on this video. Enjoy your Sunday. Here's to nourishing your body better, and we'll chat soon. Bye for now.